Hey guys, today we're going to talk about something that I feel is very, very important to the suspension and how a race car works. And every time I order one of these, I am very, very excited to see it come in. This is a package from Merillat Racing in Ohio, and what's in this box will change your racing program 100%. It'll make the car more consistent, it'll make the 60-foot better, it'll make the ET better. It gives you a lot more adjustment in the suspension. It'll make the car more stable. And overall, it makes the car take power way better than any other kit like it on the market, in my personal opinion. And then the quality is above and beyond anything that you'll find in another kit. This kit costs about $1,000. It's an upper and lower torque box kit for a Mustang. They also make them for G bodies. So if you have a G body, now you don't only have one option on the market. You also have Merillat Racing. So let's dig into this box and see what you get for $1,000. And dollar per value, this thing exceeds any other torque box kit that I feel like you can buy. So let's open the box. And first thing we find on the top of the box is their lower torque boxes. And these things, the quality is just amazing. He double walls everything. Everything is TIG welded. The colors are beautiful. He makes an addendum for lower subframe connectors. If you want to do them tubular, you can slide the bar in here, weld them up, connect it to the rest of the car. It makes the car more stable. It gives the lower control arm something to push against other than just the box. And it makes things a lot more sturdy, makes the car stiffer, makes it react better to power. This is just an amazing piece all the way around. And he cuts this cool design in it, kind of to lighten it up, but overall just to make it look cool. But yeah, this thing is awesome. So this is your lowers, and this is your upper torque box set. Now a lot of people make these out of just regular stamped steel. I don't really favor the stamped steel pieces very much. They are heavier. They don't fit the car as well. And even other tubular ones don't fit the car as well as Marty's. They've done a lot of research on the width of the frame rail, the angle of the frame rail, how it fits the floor pan of the car. And I feel like they've done the best job of making it easy to install. When you go to cut your other torque boxes out, they're very easy if they haven't been welded up. And if you're to the point where you feel like you're abusing the boxes, the factory ones, and they're starting to rip or they're starting to move, please don't weld them in. A lot of people do, but in the long run, it just makes things a lot fucking harder on you when it comes time to get them out. And you need adjustment anyway. So just order a set of torque boxes, call somebody that you know to put them in, and just make life a little bit easier on yourself in the long run. These, the way Marty has designed them, fits the car very well. As you can see right here, there's a notch. This same notch is in the frame rail. So after you get your factory ones cut out, you just align this notch in the frame rail and push this rounded section up against the floor pan. It's designed to fit that thing perfectly. And then just weld it from here all the way down the frame rail. And you end up with a very, very, very strong torque box. These are also double walled, and there's plenty of adjustment in here to get whatever instant center and anti-squat numbers that you need. So please, don't weld your stock ones up. If it's time, just put a set of adjustable ones in there and make your life a lot easier in the long run. When you weld them in, it takes about 5 times longer to get the shit out than it does if you just take the factory ones out. The factory ones are just in there with spot welds, so you drill those things out, chisel it out. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to get them out of the car. It takes about 15 minutes to install this thing. So in my personal opinion, just order a set of torque boxes and put them in the fucking car, okay? Now, along with this, most kits that you buy, when you buy them, you just get the torque boxes. But Marty takes his torque boxes and closes them up just a little bit, which adds some strength to everything in the car. Anytime you have it wider, of course, you have a longer bolt, and then you have to worry about bolt flex and the way it's pushing on the torque box and all that stuff. So Marty closes them up just a touch, but because he does, he sends you new bolts and heim joint alignment pieces. So Yeah, that makes things a lot easier. And then he also sends this piece. And a lot of people, when they look at it, this is just 2 pieces of rectangular cut steel. And what you do is, once it's in the car, you take the inner frame rail where the lower torque boxes are and you cut this square out. And that gives you room to get the bolt in and out of the torque box and all the different adjustments. From the factory, they send you a little oval hole in the frame rail because it's just one bolt hole. But you take these, center it up around that hole, mark it, cut that out, and then weld these in place, and it makes everything in the frame rail stronger, and it also gives you plenty of room to get that bolt in and out in all the different positions that you're gonna have. This is an awesome kit, once again, and Marty turns these things out pretty quick. I ordered this thing on Wednesday, and I got it on Friday. I didn't pay for any crazy shipping. So if you want a set, get on Facebook and go to Merillat Racing LLC and send them a message. His wife will get you hooked up with these. She'll send you an invoice on PayPal. You pay the PayPal invoice and they will ship them out that day. Pretty impressive for the amount of quality that you get, that they can get them out to you that fast. Marty also does full rear end housings, whatever you might need for the rear suspension of the car, and just to make your car go straight down the racetrack. This is a pretty awesome piece. I'm really happy with the quality of it. And once again, most other torque boxes that you get will leave space on the ends where the frame rails are, and you have to put little pieces in there to close that gap up or whatever else. And Marty's done a lot of research and development on these things to make sure that doesn't happen. Once you get your old ones out, clean up the face of the frame rail, you just shove that torque box in there up against the floor pan, align those notches in the frame rail, and weld it up. The lower torque boxes are about the same. When you cut them out, he's got everything configured to where it fits around the frame rail up against the car, and weld those things down the frame rail, around the floor pan, and they're in there. It takes about 2 hours, 3 hours to get the lower ones out, 2 or 3 hours to get the upper ones out, and it takes about 30 minutes to put this shit back in. That's how good that they have made this thing fit the car, and I'm very, very impressed with it. Marty's done a lot of research, and I'm proud to be working with him. But anyway, get on Facebook, order you a set of these things. If you can't put them in yourself, call us. We'll help you put them in, and make your race car just a more consistent, faster race car. In the next video, we have a Mustang here, shock collar, and we are going to take these things and put them in the car, and I'm going to show you step by step from removing the rear end, cutting the torque boxes out, putting the new torque boxes in, welding them up, setting them up, the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned for that, and I'm excited to get started. We're going to do that today.